same time, so smart move by them. And you can kind of see the drivers on track, I don't know, giving it a little bit of gas. They're not being discouraged from doing that, but gives us opportunity to kind of see where we're at in terms of track readiness.
It looks really good. A little bit moist on 3 and 4. If you really can't get that burn.
Yeah, if you said greasy, I think that'd be the right way to describe it.
That's accurate. That's kind of what I expected, though.
Yeah, and again, packed it in tight underneath. That top layer might take a minute or two to blow off. As you get a look at 2 cars from one stable here tonight, Alaska Mike Brown and Colton Carmart USA 410 Sprint Cars. Jesse Schlotfeld off a very impressive John Carroll Classic win last weekend. Double duty for him tonight. 21 car with 410 and 360 divisions. As well as driver the 21P of Robbie Price. That's kind of one of the themes of tonight. You have got a lot of guys. Double duty between the 410s and 360s is going to be a very busy night for them.
Yeah, and especially if you drive with Luke Didiak in the 9A, rolling down the front straightaway.
Following him, it's just the 9 of Greg Otis, Washington, sponsored by Otis Concrete, Tack Testing, and CX Services. Standard ready mix and all-terrain construction for the 9 of Otis.
Calling his home Poplar Hill, British Columbia. 21B, that's Robbie Price here. Malahat Auto Wrecking, Grinders Automotive and Marine, Cal Creek Mining and Exploration, that's the 21P of Robbie Price.
Former track champion in car number 26, Eric Fisher at Burlington, the Wingdown Speedway Race Racing Foundation. Powder coating ink sharp racing engines, car Fisher in car number 26. And final car on the track. Feature winner, 2-time feature winner on the weekend, Jesse Schlotfeld out of Arlington. Microphones and Wickets are riding on Green. Shark Racing Engines, Triple X, and Pacific Coatings. So first 6 on track, fastest of them is Schlotfeld. Last week's feature winner goes 12:181 in his hot lap session. Anderson second, Price third.
Thanks, Jerry. Blue Cow Car Wash, Carmart USA, that's the 18 of Jason Solwall.
Following him, the Smith Adrian Motorsports, number 17, Cam Smith, Quick Time Espresso, Quick Time Transport, Linden's Restoration Lab, and PC Signs on the 17 of Cam. Driver of the 95, R. Dan Reynolds, Zero Torches, Dynamax Shooting Range, Automatic Super Center, that song. That is in the 95, R. Reynolds.
The Maker's own Paul Washington is the TXC concept. Darts Racing and driver Newman Barson with LB Fabrication and Truck Repair. That's the 55 of Trey Stark. 55, and he's top of the order. 853.
This car cover stuck around. It's Mr. Stuck in the racetrack. Chance and sounds of the best lap times of the year. I was thinking about it. However, sun poking its head out and ways away enough from the cloud cover to the point where not happening yet. Starks jumps up and grabs quick time on one of his last laps, 11:853. Solwald now second, Smith third, Schlotfeld 4, and Getz in the 5th spot. 11 of our 19 cars have taken laps here in hot laps. It's another one of our 1 cars. This is the F1. Get our loading device here working.
F1 of Levi Platt, 95, Justin Youngquist out there as well, 89, that's, we believe, in Doug Clear. Look at the 95, Heath right now, top of the board, the 1C, and 11.6. 11637. You can look at the scoreboard here, and we can show letters now. So the 1C is exactly a 1C on the scoreboard there at Skagit Speedway. Does the wing just look small in general?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, like the right-hand sideboard, I agree, but it just looks...
Maybe just, yeah, a hair under the total square footage.
It's like a micro wing.
Allowance.
It's not that small,
Like
but it...
1200 wing?
Yeah.
You know, for years, we used to run a smaller square foot wing in the sports sprint. Tons like that.
That might be what it's from.
Okay. Back to green flag action. Carrying a lot of speed. Just a really good run going last weekend. That's out there, that together in traffic. Out there. Clean car. Goes back half.
That was a tough deal. It was two guys kind of going for the same spot. Really glad, though, to see both Youngquist and especially Aldman be able to make the adjustments, and it's so far paying off for Youngquist second quick.
Looks second, because we've got to get time trials begun. And we are up and underway. First car is on the track. That is the 26 of Eric Fisher. Eric Fisher, the 26th former track champion in the wing down. Speed mark. Race Green Foundation, Powder Coated Ink, Shark Racing Engines, number 26. And on the clock for Fisher, 11.650, 1.650. So lap time for Eric is faster, 11.511, 1.1.511.
Next up to qualify at Seed Row, Woolley, Washington, the Otis Concrete Tap Testing CX Services, Skagit Ready Mix, all-terrain construction. That's the 9 of Greg Otis. Greg Otis in the 9, his first time, second equip, 12.039, 120.39 for Otis. Better, 12.008, still second quick in a 12.008.
Next car to qualify from Buffalo, British Columbia, piloting the Saratoga Motorsports Park. Shark Racing Engines, Malahat Auto Wrecking, Grinders Automotive Marine, Cal Creek Mining and Exploration 21 Bob Price. Nice quick time, 11.395 on lap number 1, 1.1395. Ripping off the high side. He's down half a lane to the exit of the corner. And Price's second lap slower, 11.403. And 1.403 for Price on lap number 2.
Track record held by David Gravel, set back in 2019, a 10.586. It's a 10.586, and not close to that one at an 11.395 so far. Would be tough to probably get there tonight.
Still one of the better laps of the year that we have had here in the 410s. So we get ready for our next driver.
Fourth car to qualify out of Maple Ridge, British Columbia. Bill's Electric Boarding Temperature Control. Bird equipment, that's the 9A of Luke Didier. Luke Didier in the 9A. His first lap. Score, third quick. 11.926, 119.26 for the 9A of Luke Didier.
Schlachtveld, great weekend. Last weekend, 2 feature wins, including the 410 win here. Third quick at 11.576, 1.1576. Johansson Mechanical also on the sponsor list. And Jackson is out, and he does identical laps at 11.532, both time combined. 1.532.
Ever Washington, KPC, Anderson Racing Enterprises, the Young Inc. Donna Smith Titanium. That's the 24 of Tyler Anderson. Tyler Anderson is 24. His first lap time, 6th quick
called the Blue Cow Car Wash, Car Mart USA. Lulu's Espresso, thanks to Aaron, number 18R. Lap number 1 for Jason. Quick time, 11:1:29. 11:1:29 for Solwall. Second time around for Jason is slower at 11:2:18, but quick qualifying lap for Solwall of the first 7 to go.
Next time to qualify, listen to Homebush, Washington, Maxim, Rogers, Great Western Transport, Pacific Performance Coatings, First Line Systems, Newman Racing, that's the 91 of Chase Getz. Chase Getz, 91, first lap time, good for Getz. His fifth quick, 11:6:08:116:80. Second lap time, Cross, still fifth quick, not as good, 11:7:16:117:16.
Next down, young man to the wicked flip. Got to say a big thank you to DeBoer and Sons Custom Farming, as well as Les Schwab, Everson Auction, DeCock Trucking, Meldecker Racing, and Skagit Ready Mix. This is Axel Outman. Outman in the 7 below. Off of the 12:3:51. 12:3:51. Checkered flag, Outman. Lap 2 improves, 12:1:24. 2.12. Not bad. Especially putting her back together.
Yeah, okay. Well, next out to qualify to Lewiston, Idaho this year, Road Torture, Diamondback Shooting Range, Auto Body Supercenter, Beck Sawmill. That's the 95R of Dan Reynolds. Dan Reynolds and the 95R. His first lap time puts him 10th quick at 12:5:67. 1:25:67. Not as good, 12:7:95. We'll stick with lap number 1. That was a 12:5:67.
And with the car to qualify comes to us out of Mill Creek, Washington, the driver of the Smith Avery Motorsports. Quick Time Espresso, Quick Time Transport, Restoration and Fabrics. This is Cam Smith. Cam Smith, 17. Fourth quick, 11:5:28. 11:5:28. Smith feeling good. Lap number 2. They are slower, 11:5:63, 1.563.
He's got 2 wins so far this year after all of Washington. The TNC Concept starts racing Angle Driveline, Newland Bar Services, LB Fabrication, his wife Valley. That's the 55 of Trey Starks. 55, second quick on lap number 1, 11:1:50, 1:11:50 for Starks. He's got 2 of the 3 410 wins this year. Number 2. Better, still second quick, 1:11:34, 1:11:34 for Starks.
From Langley, British Columbia, running the TM Anderson Law Firm, Favre Racing Engines, Highline Aviation, Gordy Sirwald Racing System 1 Pro Ignition, number F1. This is by Flat F1. Flat. Fastest for Levi, 11:4:26. 11:4:26. Can he improve on lap number 2? Flat's lap time is slower, 11:5:07. 11:5:07 for Levi Klatt.
Next, at the Paul Washington, one of the drivers who's doing double duty tonight. The BME Enterprise Missile Motorsports Extreme Graphics PGH Excavating. That's the 19 of Colby Thornhill. Colby Thornhill and 18. His first lap time puts him 9th quick. 11:7:54, 1:17:54 for Thornhill. Looking for a much better lap time, but he's always talking qualifying. His cup of tea. Lap 2 not as good, 1:18:12, so 9th quick, 19 of Thornhill.
Moving forward, Kenai, Alaska's Mike Brown on Raceway. Brown of the BMR Champs Equipment of Alaska West Air L&J Enterprises entry. Easy night for Mike, one of our many double-duty competitors. As lap 1:11 on the field of 11:8:42. Second time by Brown. 5:63, 8th quick for Mike at 1:15:63.
Behind him, Construction. That's the 95. Justin Youngquist. 95. He goes 9th quick on his opening lap. 11.6, 8.8, 1.16. 5.8, pardon me. Still 9th quick for Youngquist. 8.2 for him. Better. 5th quick. 1.1446. 11.44.6.
Here comes the former Chili Bowl Nationals preliminary night winner out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. Extra laps, right?
That's Colton Heath.
Ah, that is not. You're right. 1C is out there.
He goes 50.
Yeah. Almost impossible to tell the difference between the cars. A very little C and a little M. The Colton Heath car, BMR, Alaska West Air. L&J Enterprises amongst the sponsors on it. And Colton, lap number 2, third fastest, 11.289, 1.1289. So Davis is 45, misses his time in spot. As does Doug Cleater in the 89. Yeah, we jumped 2 in the qualifying order there after Youngquist. Supposed to be Davis and then Cleater.
Did you even see Hank Davis out for hot laps? I
Honestly,
can't say I did now.
Can't say that I did either.
4 times.
Saw him in track packing. Right, so
Yeah,
left rear through the puddle, and if it had splashed off on that muffler slash exhaust that they come off on the left-hand side, so I don't think that's nearly as bad for Doug
true.
as it could have been. That's for sure.
So lights will go out, field in the hands of Colton Heath, Levi Clapp. 1C, 1F. Who will be number 1 in heat race number 1? Let's find out. Eric Fisher, Jason Sowell, Jesse Schlotfeld, Getz, and more behind into turn number 3 at the jock straight. We're bringing out turn number 4. Start for Colton Heath. He pulls away. Clapp goes up high. Here comes Eric Fisher. Jason Sowell there as well. That's the battle for the 3rd spot. Sowell goes up high. Fisher goes down low. Jesse Schlotfeld as well.
Straight away, they rocket it through side by side. 4 positions, Sowell and Schlotfeld. Jesse runs the bottom, drifts it up to the top, cut down by Sowell. Retake the spot. Can't get there off the corner, but they're back at it 1 and 2.
Schlotfeld feeling the confidence from the 410 win he got last Saturday, working on Eric Fisher. That's the battle for 3rd. Back in front of them, but here comes Jesse Schlotfeld, cuts it down. Eric Fisher runs him low. Jesse Schlotfeld makes the pass, but here comes Sowell as well. 3 cars, 1 spot. Schlotfeld gets away with it.
Pretty significant contact there at the corner. Lucky that everybody drove past it. Sowell closes Fisher for the spot. Sowell not done trying to close down on Jesse, but Schlotfeld getting away as Sowell takes
Schlotfeld, Sowell, and Fisher. Schlotfeld catch Clapp will be the question. He's starting to pull away from Sowell in the 4th spot. 5 laps in this one. He's going to have to hurry if he wants to get to Clapp.
Jason just has to maintain the spot and drop. Same with Cole. Heat race win. No 2 heat races tonight. He's running some very strong laps as the big flags out. 1 more time around. He's down the back straightaway.
Out of the back straightaway into turn number 3 and cruising into corner number 4. Colton Heath picks up a 360 win and now picks up the 410 win. Heat race number 1. Colton Heath led through heat races so far here at Skagit Speedway. Levi Clapp in 2nd, Jesse Schlotfeld in 3rd, Jason Sowell in 4th, and Eric Fisher rounds out the top 5.
So that should give us Heath, Klatt, and Sowell to the redraw if my math is right. Well, they will all be here to defend the home turf for $100,000 to win. Price and Youngquist are on the front row of this. Smith and Starks, Brown and Thornhill, Didiak, Outman, and Davis are your lineup. 9 cars for 8 laps. Starks was the fastest qualifier of the group. He needs to hang on to a spot in the top 5. Price was the 2nd fastest qualifier. He's out with Davis. He's got the early advantage on the flag. Back straight and then Youngquist up at the top, trying to make up some ground. Smith down, taking position as well. Starks in lap number 1. Out in front, it's Price with Youngquist chasing.
Starks in tow, getting by Cam Smith. Here comes Cody Thornhill as well. Going to try to come along at the 55. Going to go 2 for 1, side by side. Starks trying to get by the 17 as Smith
Price will start somewhere in the top 6 tonight, as will Youngquist and as will Starks. Redraw coming up in the pit area. We'll in the final tune-up before Dirt Cup. It is Price, who just lost the 360 main in the last corner, versus Youngquist, looking to give himself an early 30th birthday present. Tomorrow, he turns 30 years old. Down the back straightaway, it's 410 time. Into corner number 3. And out of corner number 4. Green flag, we go racing. Price makes Youngquist pick up the throttle down the front straightaway, down the back straightaway. Robbie's got it going into 3. He'll lead lap number 1. Youngquist pursuing Heath down on the bottom, has got 3rd. Starks on the outside looking in, cruising up and around the top. He's drawing a bead down on Heath on the back straightaway for 3rd. Trey up on the high side, rim riding, car bounces a little bit. Heath looks stable down low as he's closing the gap on Youngquist right in the rim, coming for position number 2. Price looking to extend this and make up for the errors of the 360 main, bringing one bad corner in a bit of best race on the track right now for 2nd as Heath continuing to roll the bottom. Downstairs in the 1C, can't make the pass as Youngquist finding rhythm up and around the top. Lots of space between Price and Youngquist. Heath and now Starks starting to figure it back out around the high side of the speedway. Trey starts rolling back in on Cole Heath for position 3. They're approaching traffic for the first time. Mike Brown to be the first car up on the docket. Youngquist, Heath, and Starks hoping that they can close as Robbie starts to have to feather his way past slower cars, and they are in multiple lanes up ahead of him. Outman and Otis racing for position back to back. Outman's high, Otis is low. Your leader coming into him in turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Robbie settles, cuts the corner, looking down. Outman comes down in front of him as they're trying to get around Reynolds. Now Price, traffic jam as Youngquist on his way in, fending off the move from Heath, trying to get by him at the same time. Price will get by Reynolds, he'll get by Outman, he'll resume his march, but Youngquist did use the opportunity to cut into that advantage. Heath down low, still pressuring Youngquist hard, and Starks right there. Price up and around Otis, clear sailing for a little bit for Robbie Price. Youngquist clears Outman, brings Heath with him. 4th is Starks, back for 5th. Schlotfeld has cleared Solwall. This is Schlotfeld off all the momentum of last weekend, trying to close up on Trey Starks, and that gap getting awfully close in a big hurry. Youngquist down the back straightaway, trying to shoot up and around Greg Otis. He will get by him now, Justin Youngquist on the hunt as they're out of slower traffic for now. Price coming up to try to put a lap on the 9 of Luke Gideon. Riding Robbie Price, 13 down, 17 to go. Youngquist losing ground to Robbie in clean air, but stretching it over Heath, who's had to get off the bottom of the racetrack and up the top to clear some of this slower traffic. Behind him for 4th, Trey Starks getting all of Jesse Schlotfeld he can handle. Otis got him in the middle of the racetrack. Starks had to hit up the throttle pedal and give 4th to Jesse Schlotfeld. Schlotfeld now half a straightaway in and behind the 1 of Heath and trying to close in on him as we've got one looking all the worse for wear in turn number 4. Red flag out. It is the 7 little O of Axel Outman for the 2nd time in as many weeks. The eye and Interstate batteries to get on the gas. They've got an orange cone that's coming out in there. They've got to stay single file through the orange cone. It is the Interstate batteries restart zone. Once they get through there, it is game on. Outrageously dependable. Robbie fires early. Green out. Lots can happen here. Watch Schlotfeld shoot the gap and makes his way past Heath. He's got 3rd. Schlotfeld as Youngquist pedaling down low for the lead. Coming out of turn number 3. Coming to the line. 16 in and Youngquist steals the lead on the restart. But he's got to cross to make the lap complete. They will do it. And Justin Youngquist Youngquist now taking off from the field. Here comes Schlottfeld, burying the car down to the bottom. He's got second. Jesse Schlottfeld has raced his way into second place. Now he'll come on the hunt for Youngquist. Down to the bottom goes Jesse. Nose wing, a little askew on the Schlottfeld car. We'll monitor that and see how it continues to work. He is closing on Youngquist for the top spot as Starks has worked his way into third. Schlotty on the hunt. Youngquist up on the high side as we've got one slowing. It's Robbie Price. Price is slowing the former race leader. May 31st, 2025 is a night that Robbie Price is going to want to forget, and he's going to want to forget it in a hurry. Officiating staff is, thinks they found it. Yep, you can see him kicking debris down the racetrack here. It's a muffler shredded. You can see the sharp edges of that. Would easily be able to tank a tire. News from the Northern Auto Racing Club. Dominic Gordon has won the Bradway Memorial tonight, holding off Shane Golovic. Fourth, you can never count out Jason. Colt Neath 5, Cam Smith 6, Levi Klatt 7, Hank Davis 8, Chase Getz 9, Eric Fisher in the 10th spot. Interstate Batteries outrageously dependable back straightaway restart coming up. Youngquist. Bump and run. Beautiful move down the back straightaway, sets into the corner, but Schlottfeld right there at the bottom. Youngquist gets downstairs to close the door so he can't get slid going into turn number 1. Exits to Schlottfeld with a big mistake. Schlottfeld riding the wheelie out, but he's lost a whole bunch of spots as now it Starks on his way after JY and Youngquist. Now going to have to fend off one of the best in the Northwest. 10 to go. Schlottfeld fell 4 positions. Down low is Starks, up high is Youngquist, and we've got a yellow. Car around in turn number 2. That's Dan Reynolds. Stress levels going through the roof at Skagit Speedway. Assistant self has climbed into the top 5. Robbie Price is also starting to climb back through the pack as well. The 21 car is up and running, so we'll watch him. Third try at Interstate Batteries outrageously dependable restart zone. Justin. No bump and run this time, just smooth into the throttle. He'll go down, that way he can't be driven underneath. Here comes Heath, driving her up around the outside of Solwall. Through 1 and 2, Youngquist getting away. Trey, carrying the bottom of 3 and 4, trying to hunt him down. Heath has got third from Jason. 2 distinct battles going on the track. Can Trey figure out the low side of 1 and 2, or 3 and 4 as we're down to 7 laps to go? Starts, it's a little bumpy down there, but he's managing to smooth it out. Youngquist has been smooth up and around the top. May see slower traffic before this is over. They are closing. Everybody down on the bottom up in front of them. 6 to go. Starks not letting Justin get by. Starting to move up the track a little bit off the bottom of 4. As he's dialing in 1. Here comes Reynolds. Starks is going to have to move here. Justin slings it up and through, right rear on the cushion, makes the pass, and that gives him just a hair of extra breathing room. With 5 to go, make it 4 to go. He's coming up on Martin. Megan Brown down on the low side. Youngquist up around, makes the pass on Alaska Mike. Now Otis next up on the list with 3 to go. From around the top, Youngquist. 2 more laps. Car swims on him a little bit on the front straightaway. Here comes Starks down low. Starks getting another run. Youngquist coming up top. It is Starks fighting with him. White flag. 1 more time around. Justin Youngquist up top. Trey Starks down on the bottom. Otis, lap traffic on the back straightaway for the final time. Up, around, down and through. Justin Youngquist takes the win tonight. at Skagit Speedway. Trey Stark second, Colton Heath is third, Jason Solwald is fourth, and Cam Smith takes fifth. That is the last time we will see 410s before Dirt Cup. And if you like what you saw, buy your tickets now, because it's only gonna get better. JY pulls his first 410 win. The car has been in victory lane. The driver getting there for the first time in our 410 class, the Car-Mart USA, and gives himself a birthday present. Car owners have made it to victory lane. And Skagit Speedway on a day where we almost didn't go racing. This one turned into a pretty incredible show. Checkered flag throws at 9:43 p.m. He'll scale the wing. Make noise, Justin Youngquist! As soon as he can get the helmet off, this win has incredible significance in a whole nother way. Folks, it was 1 year ago this week that Youngquist's car owner, Lisa Dines, was diagnosed with cancer. She kicked its ass, just like Justin did tonight in winning this A main event. That one is for her. That one is for the whole team. Way to go, Dines crew. Incredible runs through the rest of the field. Starks with a second and a first here tonight. Colton Heath with 2 podium finishes. Going to be a happy night back at the shop as they start wandering their way to victory lane. Eric List, this one's huge. 30th birthday for JY tomorrow, the 1-year anniversary of Lisa getting and beating her cancer diagnosis after some time. As the Dines team, it's going to be a party down trackside.
Yeah, Caleb, this one's going to mean a lot to Justin. And here he is, race fans, Justin Youngquist. What's up? How are you?
Good.
So what a race this is. You turn 30 tomorrow, a big anniversary for Lisa, and now you get it done. You're top of the podium here at Skagit Speedway.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Under the red, you're like overthinking, you know, everything's just like, oh God, what am I going to do? And Robbie and everything else. And, you know, Trey's behind you. And so, yeah, just a lot going through your head. But once you're out there, it's just like, what do I got to do? You know? And so I got to lap cars in the white and I'm like missing my line over and over. I'm like, oh my God, like do better, you know? And so, anyway, really happy, really, really happy. Glenn, Sean, Matt, Lisa, I know you mentioned, you know, the anniversary of her cancer diagnosis, and everything's good and clear so far. So she's doing well, but I mean, there's so many people that work on the car that, you know, partners and crew, you know. So Piazza Construction, Cascade Pizza, we got Ground Zero Gymnastics, DK Systems, Brown McMillan, Northwest Tel Farmers Equipment, Skagit River Chiropractic, Crawford Garage Doors. There's so many partners that are involved. So without everybody and all the fans and everybody for supporting me I'm like an old guy now. Like it was 15 years ago that I started racing here. Anyway, yeah, so awesome to get the first 410 win and see what we can do the rest of the year.
All right, so you talk about overthinking. One thing you didn't overthink, or at least it didn't look like you did, that last restart, probably one of the smartest things you did, you blocked Trey Starks on the bottom. Can you walk us through that?
In lap traffic, one of the laps I went to the bottom and there was a ton of moisture there, and I was like, oh gee, and I felt like I could hear him. So I was like, I knew he would run. I watched him in the 360 race. I'm like, I am not gonna let that happen to me. It's like, I'm not gonna let Trey double down. So anyway, no, I just knew I had to protect, and I figured if I started late enough, it wouldn't give him enough momentum to get, to the top. So that was my thought process there, but everything worked out.
Well, a big win for Justin Youngquist one day before his 30th birthday here at Skagit Speedway. Oh, he just asked you were rolling the bottom, you were rolling the middle. He blocked you there on that last start. Could you get there anywhere close to him through traffic a little bit?
Yeah, what he did on that restart there was textbook because I was fully committed. I thought I had seen what he was doing on the restarts, and I thought he was going to the top, and I think he was. I think he just changed it up perfectly, and it completely, threw me for a loop. So I had to take a couple laps to get back going again. We're fighting something weird with the fueling. It just wouldn't quite run right. I warmed it up during that red, and it ran good for a couple laps, but we've got something going on. So I kind of had to play with that a little bit and adapt to see if I could make some changes to my line to make it work. And I feel like we were close. If he made a mistake, we would have been there. But, head to head, him on the top, me on the bottom, I think they had the better car. And, he's been racing a long time here, and I'm really happy for them to get a win. It's a team that tries really hard and puts in the effort, and I'm glad to see them have some success here. But, yeah, another good night. I mean, a win in a second. We've definitely got some room to improve. So I'd like to thank the guys. They work really hard, especially with 2 cars here. We only got a few guys. So, yeah, really happy to be up here, and got to say hi to Allie and Rowan at home.
Well, Trey Starks brings home a first in the 360 and caps it off with the second place in the 410. Well, it's back-to-back third-place finishes in the 360 and now the 410. You're off with the 410 now until Dirt Cup. Where do you see your program sitting heading into the big 3 nights?
I think we're getting there a little bit better. I feel really that's a whole new car, a whole new operation for us. Can't thank Leah Brown enough for making this happen for me. And it, we're just 3 years behind. So, we're slowly getting better. And after tonight, you definitely go, okay, here's things we could change and get better and stuff like that. So just slowly getting better. Glad to put it on the podium for everyone. BMR helped out a lot, and Dan and everyone that's worked this off season on this car. It's been a long process, and hopefully we can keep it going and be up here when big money's on the line.
Well, Colton Heath rounds out the podium in third, but big birthday win for Justin Youngquist here at Skagit.
Little did you know, Eric, that Justin made a trip to the gym on Tuesday night, and I think that made all the difference. Yes, he went to the gym once. Can verify. Well, congratulations to our podium. The last time you will see 410s before Dirt Cup here at Skagit Speedway. Dirt Cup 19 days away, and if that wasn't enough motivation to get your tickets, you should do it. Open it up, SkagitSpeedway.com. Pick up your tickets, buy, and get ready. Next weekend, College and Kids Night. Bring your student ID, get in for just $5. 360s, sportsman sprints, and midgets will be on the card. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us during the day, bearing with the bad weather we had earlier. And again, kudos to the track crew for giving us a place to race here tonight at Skagit Speedway. For Eric List, who indeed does not know who Blink 182 is, my name is Caleb Hart. So long, we'll see you next week. Thanks for coming out to Skagit Speedway.